Okay, let me start that way. I'm from Finland. Hello. Anybody has been in Finland already? Very good. Do you know any companies from Finland?
Yeah.
Ah, very good. KONE, I guess, Fortum. UPM, exactly. And I will tell a little bit more about that. Okay, and my topic today will be about AI capability, also in context of platform management and what we are doing at UPM to excel with AI. Not only in IT, I guess it's much more about business, what we are doing. Yeah, this would be roughly today the agenda I was thinking to tell about. Yeah, something like 20 plus minutes. And then we can have a couple of questions still. First about UPM. I don't know how well known here, but in Finland, a big player. Definitively, we have a personnel almost like 16,000 people, 10.5 billion turnover roughly, and global operations with local presence. We have a divisional structure, so 6 divisions altogether. Originally, we come from the paper production side, yeah, but it has evolved now to a, let's say, totally different company that it used to be. Paper is still a big part of our business, but not by far not the only one anymore. And basically, this is what we have here in our portfolio. What we call the decarbonization solutions here, biochemicals. We have a big refinery there in Leuna, set up or just in the process of being set up. And then biofuels, we have a big refinery there in the Nordics, first of that kind in the Nordics. Energy is an important business for us, and basically next level is the advanced materials. There we have packaging materials, adhesive materials, specialty papers, and then plywood is another element in that category. Pulp is then our base material, raw materials, so everything we do somehow more or less has to do with biomass, and that's where we basically are very strong with, and that's why we can also expand to different end uses. Then we have own a lot of land, as you can see here, and for example, 500,000 hectares are under active management. Very proud, I would say, we are about this topic here. We have a leading position there in the sustainability context. And we are the only company in the industry that is listed on the Dow Jones Sustainability Index, as an example. Company as such is listed on the Helsinki Stock Index, and you can explore much more about us than in our investors relations section. Very well maintained information there. Okay, what I would like to tell about then, yeah, a bit more is this, and I'm sure you have seen this kind of illustration many times. So, okay, what is AI? Where are we coming from? And how disruptive it is. And actually, the reason why I'm bringing it up, not to go through from left to right, but just to say that I think in our company there is a clear understanding that AI is important, is disruptive, is helping, and we want to go actually one step beyond. We want to go quite big with this, and that's why we established an AI program, and that means that we want to go through the whole company and the base processes there on a corporate scale, and we define which are the use cases we are after, and basically those we introduce and implement. That's the idea. So AI-based transformations linked to business targets. And actually that we really go about very seriously and look at those cases that, from our perspective, have an impact, even impact, let's say, to the result. Here, our journey, in a way, I guess it started somewhere 15, 16, 17, with data management platform being established, first tries there and so on, and it has grown ever since. Then we did our first use cases, our first examples in the digi and data space. We had an own fund, basically, that businesses could apply for and could make use of to get funding and then also resourcing in place. But now we are shifting mode totally. So if we go to the green section here, what we did is, of course, increasing the understanding in various forums, especially also management level forums, and then actually our CEO defined that we do an AI strategy and that we have that followed by an implementation program. And that's where we are now. So we have set the scene, we have set the ambition level, the targets, and we have collected especially all the use cases with our business stakeholders. Now we have a comprehensive list of that, 20 plus activities that we are after, and I will tell a little bit more about that. And those we will now follow on a corporate scale. And so we have prioritized those. We look at the processes and then look at whatever needs to be done to support those, also from a technical perspective. And then we set up an AI organization, a center of excellence, actually. And the next 5 years, we are going to work around that. Or, I mean, the next years, let's see what the horizon will be. But things, of course, will now start and then materialize in the next 1 or 2 years to see where we are. But actually, it's a wider program. Okay, here, this, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but okay, we have something that we call future business architectures. There we position our, from the enterprise architecture side, our major platforms that we are working with. So what is digital core? What is our concept with SaaS solutions? And then how do we differentiate? And these were maybe, earlier considerations on that. And okay, how we understood AI in that context was first, okay, we may have in the different platforms or technologies, we may have embedded services, we may have then productivity-related services, and then we differentiate on the data platform side. But I think it's now a little bit, not that stiff or so anymore, and I said that those were maybe a little bit early discussions or thinking on the topic. Now we still kind of have three let's say, concepts here. Our main application platforms to start with, and within that ecosystem, there are certain things that we can benefit from. Yeah? So adopting basically AI scenarios through that. And that means that you have to take care of your platforms, you have to bring them to the latest level. You also have to deal with the commercial side. There's a hype on AI, and then there's also commercial things that you have to be aware about, that, okay, is it worth it, yes or no? Then what we have as cloud services, or what we then implement or activate from the cloud services perspective, one option here. Or then we just build our own, or in our case, since we are not a tech company, of course, we then develop through our service providers and partners. So overall, like that, as said, we engaged into this program. And just to say that the program setup is so that it directly reports to the CEO. Yeah? So we have kind of the relevance through that and the support in the organization through that, definitively. We made a plan here on the technology capabilities. Yeah, so what are we looking at now in the first time? Then what is our plan for next year, high level, and then what to come? Not reading that through, but of course now starting to formulate the MVPs, taking care of our data and data roadmaps and then data products as such. We come back to that later on, but it's actually started out to be a kind of a buzzword, but actually it's as relevant as can be in our case. Yeah. Then we scale through time, and then we optimize, but also monitor, follow up, and so on, and extend our capabilities. So that's the plan through the years, and build upon existing cases. Here, framework, let's say one way to look at it at least. So we have this governance backbone, responsible AI, human machine, cost estimator, energy, now in our case, energy estimator, as one of the, let's say, guardrails, or then the control plane. What we see here is that, of course, the costs need to be followed up. The sustainability is extremely important topic for us. Lots of data in different form and formats coming, which we need to then basically aggregate and summarize. Security, control tower, things like that. And then, we need to work on the connectivity management, especially there on the IT side, the technical capabilities, the pipelines, and so on. And within that, you have all these, let's say, activities that we are now after in our program. But just to say that I guess it's important that you consider the frame you want to maneuver within. Then what we did is a capability assessment, and there's different frameworks out there. We work together with a big service provider for this program, and based on their input, we assessed our capabilities. Also here, maybe no need to go into the details, but systematically just see where you are. At least for us, it was a healthy exercise, and you can see very, very much of it is yellow, orange, even red. Yeah, so a couple of things are fully there, established, and in green, yes, but all the others are of such a state that we have to work on it. When you go at scale in a program like this, then I think it's important that you have a complete picture on where you are as a starting point, and that you find out where you have to work on. Then, kind of logical architecture for the implementation. We have our source systems, be it the Salesforce, SAP, ServiceNow, many others. Yeah? And then, in our case, we're a manufacturing company. We have a lot of data residing on the edge. And then we have, something that we call mill data platform that kind of consolidates the data there. And last but not least, we have a common data platform that receives from all the applications, let's say, the raw data. And now it depends on the use case. Do you need, first of all, do you go natively with your application, or then do you go your own way? Do you need the data real time, or is it enough when it's replicated and you are fine? So there's different use cases, but you then always have to decide where are you going at. Are you going to the data platform, or are you going natively in a way? And now what is the topic to still kind of clarify? Probably in all of the cases, especially when you then plan a program like this, Then you have the data available, might be also in the heads of individuals and so on. But now, how do you make it available for wider use? And then that a machine understands it, so that it can be adapted to support AI agents, for example. For that, you need to make it centrally accessible. You need to vectorize it eventually. You need to classify, you need to look after the quality of the data, describe for the machine, for the purpose, and you need to interlink it eventually. You need to automate as much as possible, and then, let's say, security, access management, these type of things need to be kind of developed, evolved. Yeah? So I guess quite natural that the starting point is not optimal. Somehow you have to define your data products for AI. And that's what we are at the moment basically working at very heavily in the program and the projects. Okay, and then depending on the use cases, that's also one thing. Of course, we have different reporting capabilities. It would be ideal if we had the power to basically, streamline, consolidate our technologies perfectly. Fine, but not the case yet. We have to also work with different technologies, also on the reporting side. Okay, but by far the most important one in our case is, of course, the common data platform in that context. Here, the AI architecture, data architecture, no need to go there either into the detail, but just to also say that there will be our momentum now throughout the different phases of the program, where we then are at different levels also of maturity and understanding. AI will be everywhere, and it's going to also be the case that you may, let's say, influence, or there might be efforts to influence, or then misunderstanding, misinterpretation of data, and these type of things, of course, you need to at least be aware about. And then, okay, you need to have a kind of iterative approach to get to the right level. This one I'll maybe rather skip, but framework for modular AI and different kind of aspects of that. Maybe rather going here to what we now could call indicative agentic architecture model at UPM. If we put it into these 3 layers here, then we have the source systems, unstructured data, lots of that, and we need to then basically structure it and then have a kind of logic there for the vector DB, or then also technology around that. Then we have the structured data coming from data platforms and further, or then we have the source applications that usually then also, like ERPs or similar, have the structured data residing in there. Then we have a kind of a UPM AI core layer, and that's our thinking here, that we are now not anymore discussing, this or that use case, but we are now going at scale, and that means we really have to think in these kind of layers. So there's a user, enterprise sign-on, and then there's certain assistants that we now work out. The user connects with, and then we have the agent orchestration as such, and then corporate level chatbot, or then the one or the other option around that. And that's what's meant there with this LLM model hub. Yeah. And then we have the supporting services, the lower layer here, where we say, okay, of course there's interaction and so on that is automated for you as a user, but not only that, it's also this notification framework. So we expect that this AI layer basically proactively brings up notifications that would guide you as a user, that okay, there's this and that exception, take care of it. So not reactive, but proactive in that respect. So this is our, conceptual thinking across the corporation. So I just see 5 more minutes, so a bit speeding up, I guess. But in our context, means that now we have to renew our governance models in various respects. So we have business services taking care of, let's say, traditional IT aspects. We have the end user services. We have the data management office, and then we have the AI program. And there is now kind of touch points that we have set up certain governance practices for. Last but not least, the business counterparts here. And they take care of the data products and of the information architecture usually. And how we have now done it, probably I just totally forgot to tell what my role is. Yeah? My role is that I'm responsible for enterprise architecture at UPM. And that means we have a team of 9 or 10 chief architects in that context. And we have now assigned to each of the major streams of the AI program the best suitable chief architect. And that means his or her role will be to basically document or also propose the technical solution and the technical details of that scenario. Okay, then this is what we are now looking at actually in the really global scale. So we touch sales excellence, safety management, very strategically important topic for us. AI assistance, then compliance, sustainability, sourcing, procurement, asset management, maintenance, and further. Then AI in finance, and then supplier experience. And so then we have the platform teams supporting from the IT side, from the existing IT organization side, and the AI Center of Excellence, and then the data management team. And for each of these streams, we have an active project manager, usually coming from the business side. And from here on, it's, I would say, hardcore project management that we are doing. So that's maybe one thing I just want to highlight, that, okay, sounds so abstract and so on, but in the end, it's change management, project management, and there we are, yeah? And the hard work around that. Then, again, interpreting our role in enterprise architecture is just like this, and just to illustrate why the data products are so important. We have different settings by the divisions or by our business units. Different technologies eventually in use, but if we want to really work at scale, then we have to have the data prepared properly, so that we can really go at scale. And that's what I want to basically say here. Landscape is important, and we need to see where the data is coming from, what it is used for. Okay, and that brings me to the end. So, AI program, in our case, taking care of the strategy, case collection, prioritization, really what brings, let's say, what has an impact, yeah? Bottom line impact. Then building the interface to business, nominating right persons, do an implementation plan, set up the project and the program, organization with that, check your maturity in this context. Then the EA discipline is involved and supports with the reference architecture, with data pipelines, landscape information, with the upgrades to the platforms, very important, and integrations and further. Security, compliance, we all know about, yeah? Very relevant, and then the business community comes in with the data products and with the project management and change management. So this is what I had to share. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Javi.